Firewall rules are essential for defining the allowed and blocked traffic on your network, enabling you to enforce the security policies and control the network access. In this lecture, I will walk you through the process of creating and managing firewall rules in pfSense using the web interface. You will learn how to define rule criteria, including source and destination addresses, ports and protocols, and apply them to specific interfaces. So I'll be logging into the pfSense here. So on top menu, you can see here firewall, and here in the firewall, these are various options. We'll be talking about all the options here: aliases, which is naming the devices or the group of devices or different addresses on the network, how the network address translation works. So we'll be talking about that also in case you have a web server hosted, how the web server can be accessed from the outside network, and how any port can be accessed from outside, whether it is a FTP port, secured shell, a remote desktop, or any port you want to open or you want to forward. We'll understand in NAT. Then is the rules, how you will allow the local computers to access the internet, or how you want the external traffic, external networks. It could be even VPN, it could be even external VLAN, or it could be even the external internet, how they will be accessing your network, your servers, or even the pfSense. Then we'll be talking about the scheduling also, that how you can schedule that on specific time a specific firewall rule should work. For example, if you want to try to block the network or internet access for a specific users during a specific time, you can define that with the help of schedule. We'll talk about the traffic shaper and virtual IPs as well. So we'll start our journey of firewall with the help of firewall rule. So first we'll click on firewall and rules. So these will be rules which will be opened. If you see here, there are two type of networks right now. One is of course floating. We'll be talking about that. Here is WAN and here is LAN. What happens here, that by default all the traffic from the internet is by default blocked to your network. And what about your network? From your network, which is LAN network, any port trying to access anything on any network is totally allowed. No traffic is blocked. Here also one of the rules which is very important, it is if any administrator is trying to access web interface or the SSH terminal of any computer on the same network, which means that from anywhere the destination is LAN address, any LAN address, port 443, port 80 and port 20 is allowed by default from any gateway to any queue. This is to ensure that administrators are able to access. Anti-lockout rule is by default created. You can see here it is admin access to HTTPS. Secure shell given access is given to that. So we'll create our first firewall rule. Suppose I want to block the access from a specific IP address to the internet. Suppose right now I'm able to access to google.com, fine, website is working fine. I want to block the access of my laptop to the internet so that I won't be able to access the internet right now. So if you remember, we have talked about the IP addresses. My device right now is 192.168.240.12. So I will show you here. So what I want to do now, I want to block the access from my LAN from a specific IP address to the internet. You can see here, these are all the buttons which are down. Add means that you will create the rule on the top. This add means that you will create the rule at the bottom. High priority rule, so it will be added on the top. If it is low, so it will be added on the bottom. It means that first this rule will apply, then this rule will apply, then this rule will apply, and then finally this rule will apply. If something has been enabled here and it has blocked here, so it will first look at this rule. For example, you have allowed and blocked the access from a specific device to a specific destination. So which rule will first work? Top rule will be applied first and the bottom rule will be applied. If I do on bottom, so everything is allowed, it will not even look at the rule which is at bottom. So I will be creating a rule at the top. And what will be this rule? I will not pass this traffic. I will block this traffic. Here is disable this rule. Of course, I'm not going to disable this rule. I want to enable this rule. And what is the interface? Interface is LAN, which is fine. So from the LAN interface, what is the address family? Address family is IPv4. I want to block the IP address which is IPv4. And what is the protocol? Here it's either TCP or UDP or different protocols are there. I will choose any protocol, any request comes, so you have to block it. So what is the source? These are different sources. Single host or alias is something which I want to configure right now, which means that I will be talking about a specific IP address only. So I'll be entering that IP address. If you want to block entire network, for example, this complete network you want to block with 24-bit of the network. So this entire network will be used in this particular rule. We are going to talk about the single host or alias. And what is that single host? Single host is 192.168.240.12, which is IP address of this particular laptop. And destination here is any. So on local network, of course, as I mentioned earlier, on local network, these devices through switch are able to communicate with each other. So even the firewall is not there, still these will communicate, and even if firewall is there, still they are able to communicate. So we want to block this access from this device to any other network. So here I'll be using any. So from this device to any device, any network, I want to block the traffic. So I'll choose any here, and I want to log this as well, because it will help me to understand that what has been blocked. So depending upon how much storage you want to use for this purpose. And here I'll be saying block the access from laptop to rest of the world. So I'll save it. Now what will happen? Let me show you here. If I'm trying to ping, for example, google.com, it is pinging right now. And if I try to open incognito mode, it is giving the access right now. Why it is giving access? Of course, I have not yet applied the firewall rule. So I said that block the access from the laptop to rest of the world. So what I have done, the source IP address is this and destination is any. So what I'll do, apply now. So what will happen now? If I try to access, for example, facebook.com, and if I try to access google.com, and here you can see it is not able to access the internet. But if I try to access 192.168.240.2, this allows, because this is the local network. It doesn't need the gateway to access the local network. I can even access pfSense from here. I can access pfSense, but I can't access any device on external networks. So this is how we have created the firewall rule here. So this firewall rule is active now. And if I want to see all the logs, because this is also capturing the log against this firewall rule, I can go here into status and I can go into system logs, and these are different logs on firewall, and here you will see all the firewall logs are there. So you can see here that the rule was applied, block access from laptop to the rest of the world, and this is the IP address which was trying to access this specific IP address. So this way all the access gets blocked. And this also helps you, if you click here to the plus sign, it will create an easy rule directly into your firewall to allow the traffic in case you want to do that. This was the normal view of firewall log. You can also see the dynamic view of the firewall log, from which IP address to which IP address the traffic is blocked. You can see here, this is the IP address of my laptop, and these are the destination addresses. And summary view also will give you the summary that what action has been taken and which interface, for example, WAN interface, LAN interface, protocols were captured. So this was all about creating the firewall rule. The first firewall rule that we have created was to block the traffic from my laptop to the rest of the world. So I'll be disabling this firewall rule. Of course, I want to have the internet access. Now you can see that firewall rule is disabled. Now if I try to open the website now, I am able to now access internet because the firewall rule has been disabled. So we are not done yet with the firewall rules. We'll be talking more about the firewall rules. Let us continue to the next video and understand how we can manage firewall in pfSense.